everybody, it's Carrie with Seed to Spoon. I'm out here, it's a beautiful day, and we are going to plant some potatoes. We're going to do this today because we have a cold front coming in tomorrow. It's going to get a lot of rain and stuff like that, so it'll help get these all watered in really nicely. And it always seems like the plants always do a lot better after we have a really good rainstorm come in. So we got all of the varieties that Park Seed has to offer of the potatoes. We are very excited. We love potatoes. Everybody in our family eats a lot of potatoes. These are definitely going to be put to good use. So we have 6 different varieties here today that we are going to be growing in our smart pots. So if you've never grown your own potatoes before, I highly recommend it. It is so much fun. You will love it. It's great for you and your kids. Our kids love planting potatoes, and they also love harvesting, especially. Harvesting is always the most fun. And especially in these smart pots, we always just dump them out into a wheelbarrow, and then the kids just go through, just like it's Easter, trying to find all the Easter eggs, but they're finding potatoes, and they're going through and finding all of them, digging through the dirt. They love it. They have so much fun. Potatoes are also really great because you can have them year after year. I mean, truly, we accidentally leave at least a potato or 2 in the soil, so it never fails. We have some coming up, volunteers, but you can also just keep your potatoes from the previous harvest and replant those, so that way you don't have to keep buying these seed potatoes every single year. So once you buy them the first time, you can just keep going from your harvest. So we switched into growing these potatoes all in smart pots for a number of reasons. We found that they do so much better in these fabric raised beds. Just the plant performs really well. And also whenever you're harvesting, it is so much easier to dump this out into a wheelbarrow like I was talking about earlier and harvest all the potatoes out rather than trying to dig through the soil in either a raised bed or in-ground bed. And whenever you do that too, you're risking hitting and damaging a potato with the shovel. So we don't ever use any shovels or anything like that whenever we go through harvesting. All we do is just sift through this soil whenever we dump it out. We like to use the larger smart pots just because we can get more potatoes in these. So we have a mixture of 20-gallon smart pots and also 25-gallon smart pots. And these ones all have handles. Once they get large and you have a lot of soil in them, they're kind of heavy and hard to move, but you can definitely do it. So whenever we go through and plant these, I like to have the soil down maybe about like halfway or so in these pots. And that way, whenever I'm planting these, they still have room to grow. And then I will continue to come through and place soil on top. The soil that I use for all of these mixtures is going to be the same that I use in all the rest of the garden. It's a third of peat moss or coconut coir, and then a third of vermiculite or perlite, and then the rest of it compost. We also like to add compost probably every couple weeks or so, just because potatoes are a pretty heavy feeder, so we like to give it some extra compost on top of our mixture too. So today I'm going to go through and I'm going to plant all the smaller potatoes that we have. So you can see we have a couple different varieties. Well, these are the same variety, but they're different sizes too. So this one right here is a really small potato that you can see, and this one will do great. I'm going to go through and I'm going to plant it directly today into that smart pot over there. But this one over here is quite a bit bigger, if you can see. And these, what we like to do is take them inside and cut them in half, or maybe even more, depending on the size of them. We have some seed potatoes that are quite a bit bigger, and that way we can get more area covered with the seed potatoes. So anywhere that you see these eyes right here, where you can see the roots are kind of starting to grow, on these, each one of these can produce a new plant. So whenever I do cut, I kind of look around and see to make sure that I'm cutting it in a good area, so that way I have an eye on at least both sides. So like I said, these potatoes we all got from Park Seed, and they just came in the mail, so we're gonna go ahead and get these ones started. But I do commonly get asked a lot about things like this, like if people can go to the grocery store and purchase some potatoes that they like and plant those. Well, the short answer is it is not recommended. So especially if you are just going to a basic grocery store and getting any bag of potatoes, because typically they are sprayed to prevent these roots from happening. So you don't necessarily want that because it wouldn't grow right. So it's really important to make sure that they are actual seed potatoes. And that being said, you could try doing an organic bag of potatoes and it might do better, but still, I just always say it's better safe than sorry, and it's much better to get seed potatoes. You have way more variety also on the different varieties that are available too if you purchase seed potatoes like this, rather than going to a grocery store and trying to find some organic. Another thing I do want to mention too is we are planting these in the middle of March, which is perfect for our area. We are in zone 7, but we will typically have at least one more freeze come through for our season. And whenever that happens, if we have green plants growth already happening, it will all die back and it will look very scary and you will think that your potatoes have all died, but trust me, they have not. They always come back with a vengeance, especially after that, and then they come back looking better and bigger than ever. So if you're not sure about when you should plant potatoes in your area, definitely check out our app From Seed to Spoon. It will give you exact planting dates based on your location. It'll pull from your nearest weather station and give you exact planting dates on when you should be doing this. The process of planting these is actually really simple. Whenever you pull them out, so I'm going to pull out the small ones again, and again I'm just going to look for these roots that are already forming. You can see there's a bunch of roots coming out on all of these. So I'm going to go through, and this is quite a large smart pot that I have here. So I'm going to put in probably about 4 or so here, and I'm going to make sure that these roots right here are facing up. I'm just going to set them out here real quick while I find the ones that I want. There we go. Yeah, I think I'll do that. Nice little design there. So all you need to do whenever you go through and plant these, oh, and I already made labels for all these. This one is the Yukon Gold. And then, so these, you just want to go through, bury them a couple inches down, cover it with soil. That's all there is to it. Okay, and then I'm going to keep my label in here because I want to make sure that I keep track of which potatoes are which, because I'm super excited to try all these varieties, so I want to make sure that I know which one is which. I'm also going to, at this point, when my phone is done recording, I'm going to pull up the From Seed to Spoon app and go into the Garden Plus section, and I'm going to put that I planted some Yukon Gold potatoes today, and that way it will give me estimated sprout dates and harvest dates directly in there. So like I said, I'm going to be coming through and putting some more soil layering on top of these as the greens start coming out, and that'll help it to produce more potatoes for me. And then later on in the summer, I'm going to have a great harvest from it. You'll know whenever the leaves start dying back on this green foliage up on top. Whenever it starts dying back, you'll know that the potatoes are ready to be harvested. And I am so excited to be trying out a few of these different varieties too. I highly recommend trying different varieties and especially different colors. It is so much fun. I love growing. We're growing some purple Viking potatoes over here. They're gonna be so pretty. And then also some dark red Norland potatoes too. And those ones will be fantastic. I'm so excited. And it's also really fun too to have different shapes and sizes. Like if you see these ones right here, these are an Austrian crescent potato. I'm excited to try these ones out. I've never tried them before. So if you have, let me know how it is. But these ones we're going to be planting for the first time this year, and it's great to have different sizes and shapes, so that way if you want to boil your potatoes, if you want to fry them, or however you want to make them, you have different shapes and sizes for it. There's another one over here too, the German butterball. I'm really excited to try this one because it is actually supposed to be already tasting super great. That's why it's called butterball. It's not even supposed to need butter whenever you eat it. So I'm excited. I'll let you know how it tastes. Well, that's really all there is to planting potatoes. It is very simple, like I said. So I'm just going to be keeping an eye on it, and whenever the foliage comes up, I'm going to be just adding some more soil and extra compost just as it continues to grow until I get to the top. And then here in a few months, we'll be having some more potatoes. Oh, looky there, a potato, just like I said. That's pretty funny. I'm finding all sorts of potatoes in here. Should probably dump this one out. So now, since I found all those potatoes when I was trying to plant the other potatoes, I thought we would just go ahead and dump it out into a wheelbarrow and check it, because I wanted to make sure, see how many potatoes were actually still in here, and see if we did not a great job harvesting. Maybe the kids are fired from their job. I don't know. We'll find out. But I just wanted to show you how it looks whenever we do it. So we just take our wheelbarrow and then just dump our smart pots in. Yep, I see potatoes. A bunch of little roots and stuff. Yeah, I'm not sure what happened here. Maybe we forgot to harvest a smart pot or something. Yeah, so we have quite a bit of potato skins, large potatoes. Yeah, look at there. I wouldn't care so much, but I want to try and keep these varieties separate so that way I can keep track and see what's going on and how these varieties taste. But I probably will just, yeah, look at that. Wow. Look at that one. This will be a great one to plant. So I'm just going to take these and I'm going to plant them. Maybe I should have just kept them in this one. I don't know. But I'm going to plant all of these so that way we have more potatoes again. I'm not sure what variety they are, but hey,
Russet.
These are russet? Oh, yeah. See, another good one. Look at that. Well, great. We have some new russet potatoes that we're going to be growing this year. So now that we have gone through the soil, picked out all of the old potatoes that we have, which I'm going to be planting here in a minute, but we went through, we added compost to this and mixed it all up, and then re-put about half a smart pot of soil worth in here, and I'm going to go through and plant it now. Let me know if you guys have any questions at all about potatoes or anything else, and I will get back with you. Thank you so much for watching. Bye. I had to record Dale getting me some extra compost from the pig area, from our compost pile, because it's just so funny. Pigs are bothering him. They're trying to knock over his bucket. I know. Is he taking your compost? They have so much fun digging through this.